Good day, good day, good day for all of you wonderful people that's watching this broadcast on today. My name is Mr. Wayne Brown Jr. I am one of the leaders here with a great opportunity called My Econ Incorporated. That's right, My Econ stands for My Economy. So we're here today to show you how you can build, create, and maintain your very own economy without being affected by the US economy. This morning, I want to introduce to you one of our softwares called the Cashflow Strategist. One thing that I teach with my Wayne's Wealth Secret is that we must strategize our way to wealth instead of attempting to work our way to wealth. See, oftentimes we as a people do not understand that the wealthy did not work their way to wealth. They strategize their way to wealth. So today, I want to show you, not just tell you, I want to show you how you can do the same thing to create a great, great wealth portfolio, wealthy portfolio. All right. So let's just say that I'm going to call this file Mr. Sample. The first thing we're going to do with Mr. Sample is, hey, through 1 through 5, what is Mr. Sample's financial goals? So when I asked Mr. Sample, what would he do first, second, third, fourth, and fifth? Mr. Sample said, man, I will increase my income. Number one. Number two, because he spoke with a highly motivated my econ associate, and they taught him how to reduce his taxes that will by default cause his cash flow to increase, not his income, but his cash flow. So then he can use that cash flow to create more income for himself. All right. So Mr. Sample said, man, I want to increase my income first. I want to reduce my taxes second. Um, Third, he said, I want to pay off my debts. Then he said, well, I want to pay off my debts, excluding my mortgage. And then I want to build my retirement assets. So I said, Mr. Sample, you know what? That is phenomenal. That is great. So now, are you looking to retire? Mr. Sample said, yes, I want to retire within the next 3 years. By 2025, I want to retire. I said, wow, okay. So I started asking Mr. Sample a series of questions. The questions that I asked Mr. Sample is right from our software, where our software does the work. All right. Only thing he had to do was put in his numbers. No name, no birthday, no social security number. That is not necessary to strategize your way to wealth. All right. So I asked Mr. Sample, what's the least amount of monthly income that you desire at retirement? That means without working. That don't mean you getting a pension or you getting social security, you're retired because your age say so, not your finances. So I said, how much money do you need on a monthly basis as income during your retirement? Mr. Sample said, man, I need like $5,000 a month. I said, okay, awesome. So what year at least do you plan to retire? He already told me 2025. So guess what? Let's put 2025 in there. I said, how much of your monthly retirement income do you expect to receive from either Social Security, a company's paid pension plan, a 401k, 403b, a IRA, a CD, or any other sources of income? He said, man, honestly, I haven't been real good with my finances. I really don't know too much about 401ks and all that. Man, Social Security, bro, like I won't be able to get the Social Security because I'm under the age of 65. So I will, I won't have anything. That's okay. That's fine, sir. So we went on, and I asked him the next question: what is the approximate value of your investment portfolio as of right now? He said, man, I don't have anything invested. I would love to be, to start my investment portfolio. But right now, I don't have anything. Okay, that's fine. I asked him the next question. How much money do you currently invest monthly in long-term savings? He said, well, I save about $200 a month. All right. Just put the $200 there. How much additional money monthly can you invest in a long-term savings right now? He said, man, I'm kind of pushing it with the $200. So I don't think I can afford to invest any more than what I'm already doing. That is absolutely okay, Mr. Sample. So now we go down to the next question. How much money do you have set aside for emergencies? You need that we teach that you need at least 6 months of your living expenses already put to the side for an emergency, just in case a crisis happens, just in case you're laid off of your current jobs, just in case you become ill, God forbid, and you're unable to work for your money. You should already have at least 6 months of your living expenses put to the side in event of an emergency. He said, well, I need to start working on that. Right now, I don't have anything in an emergency fund. I never even knew that it was a such thing of having 6 months of my living expenses put to the side in an emergency fund. That's fine. Oftentimes, I come across people with this scenario. That's why I'm using this scenario today. But moving forward, these things can manifest, can become better. You can, increase your cash flow so that you can put into your long-term savings, so that you can invest monthly, so that you can get a return on those investments. I don't want to talk about that part right now, but we have the opportunity for you. So just comment down on the comment section for those of you that's watching through our social media, for those of you that's on Zoom, for those of you that's on YouTube. Guess what? We're streaming across all three platforms. So only thing you got to do is let me know, Wayne, I see what you're doing. I understand this. I need to strategize and see where I can be financially when I am ready to retire. Then I am here to assist you. All right. I am definitely here to assist you along the way. Do you feel you currently have a plan in place to accomplish your retirement goal and your desired time frame? Unfortunately, you know what Mr. Sample said? He said, before now, Mr. Brown? No, I didn't. So the answer here is going to be no. So I asked him about his debt. He said the only thing he had right now is a mortgage that he owed $158,000 on. All right. His minimum payment for his mortgage is $750 per month. Okay. So what about his monthly recurring expenses? So he said he had a car note. We had electric. We had a cell phone. We had cable. Right, just to name a few. I'm only using this as an example so you can see how Mr. Sample could strategize his way to that number, to that dollar amount, that $5,000 that he need on a monthly basis. But hey, we got to figure out, okay, we know what we need. We got to figure out how to get it. That's what the strategist software does for you. All right. So his current monthly cost for his car note, $500 a month. All right. His electric bill is $100 a month. His cell phone bill is $100 a month. His cable bill is $100 a month. All right. just for the sake of easy math, easy illustration, I'm going to use these numbers. So his new, because he said, hey man, I repaired my credit score went up. I followed your strategy and I contacted my financing company. And guess what? They was able to reevaluate my interest rate. So my interest rate dropped because my credit score increasing. So I saved $50 on my car note. So now I only pay $450 a month. Oh, excuse me. I did that wrong. I saved $50 a month. So now my car note is only $450. All right. I put the numbers in the wrong place. I'm sorry about that. His electric bill. He said, man, I'm gonna be traveling a little bit. Is no one gonna be at my home? So yes, I could trim the fat on that electric. So maybe my bill will only be $80. All right. So guess what? He started not leaving his TV on. He started unplugging appliances, anything that got a light on it. That means it's taking energy. Unplug it. Maybe it's your computer. Maybe you leave your phone on the charger all night long. Unplug it. All right. I used to sell energy. So I know how to save people money when it comes to energy. Maybe your microwave, you're not using it. Unplug it. All right. Your coffee maker, your Keurigs, your air fryers. These things are taking energy even though you're not using them. Unplug them. So that's what Mr. Sample decided to do. His cell phone, he was paying $100 a month. He broke that thing down all the way to $60 a month, saving him another $40. His cable bill, he said, man, I'm noticing something. Everybody is streaming. Man, I got a new package with a internet streaming company. Let's say that he decided to go with what's the Fubu. All right. And let's say that was only $70 a month. So now he then saved by minimizing his monthly expenses, things he was going to do anyway. He's learned our strategy on how to minimize his expenses. All right. So now we got all of our information in. We got his name, we got his goals, his financial goals. We know what his retirement freedom goals are, how much money he needs at the time of retirement. We know when he wants to retire. We know how much he having monthly for his long-term investment. We know what his debts are. We don't minimize his expenses on his recurring monthly expenses. So now we're going to go to the second phase. So you'll notice once you do the first phase, under when you hit create new, it's going to come up as A, which is what we just completed. So you hit save and return to list, and then you click on B. So B is basically a recap. So the rate of return used in this summary is going to be 8%. As of today, he's going to earn 8%. All right. So let's just say that with these numbers, his financial freedom goal would be 2044. All right. Even though he would like to retire in 2025, the software automatically does the work and give us his retirement freedom date, which will be the year 2024. All right. We can go in and make adjustments. So what do Mr. Sample have to do? You got to start investing. You got to increase his income as of right now. He may have to do things differently and start investing into a 401k, IRA, or some other mutual funds, cryptocurrency, forex market, some way to help him get that dollar amount that he needs to offset the year. All right. But as of right now, if he kept doing exactly what he's doing, he could retire with a $5,000 a month income without working in the year 2044. All right. So let's just go through the recap. The retirement freedom goal monthly dollar amount is 5,000. This is only recapping from the information that we've already put in. The projected monthly dollar amount that will be produced by the company pension plans is zero. Projected net dollar amount needed monthly to reach the desired income goal is $5,000. So the total assets needed, I want you guys and ladies to get this. The total assets needed to provide the desired monthly income goal at a rate of 8% would be $750,000 in an asset. That could be a business, that could be investing, returns on your investments, but you have to accumulate an asset or a combination of assets to equal up to $750,000 in order by 2044 to have a $5,000 monthly income from during your years of retirement. Okay. The projected value of assets owned today is worth $12,000 on goal date using an 8% rate of return. All right. So that'll increase to $6,934.31. The projected net value of assets needed to provide monthly goal now becomes $743,065.69. Okay. So through his assets that he owned currently over this time frame is going to calculate to this number, which is 6,934.31. That's going to be subtracted from the goal. So the goal is to keep increasing this number to subtract from the goal so that you can meet the numbers. And this is where your I call it my financial freedom goal. That's when I can become financially free. Once I'm able to build an asset to this number, then this number becomes zero. Why? Because I've already accomplished that. So this is just showing you projectedly what I need to have in order to live a retired life at $5,000 monthly. All right. We can speed that up. We can speed that up. We want to show you how to do that, but there'll be more videos coming up after this to show you how you can start here, see what you're working with, strategizing your way, having you a game plan, having you a blueprint. Because if you don't have a plan, then you're planning to fail. All right. Monthly amount needed for investments to build that retirement freedom goal is $1,036.66. Must be invested monthly to help offset this number to get Mr. Sample to that goal that he's looking for. So the dollar amount invested monthly today is zero. All right. So we have to find a way so that we can so that Mr. Sample can allow himself to have finances that he can invest $1,036.66 per month. There's strategies for Mr. Sample that we have access to make this possible. All right. He can do this from home. Mr. Sample was excited. So now let's look at the business income. All right. So the assumed cash flow that's created from the business income, let's just say that he decided to come in business with us. He decided to hold an elite business membership. He came on board. He made $500 within his business. All right. So far. Then he minimized his taxes by correcting his withholdings, his W-4 form, and he increased his cash flow by an additional $250. All right. Now his projected cash flow increased by the $100. Now let's look at the debt elimination. The only thing he had was the mortgage. All right. So how do you wish to use your money? So he decides, hey, I'm going to use $100 for personal use. I'm going to put $200 inside of my emergency fund, and I'm going to put the remaining $150 into my investment account. All right. So now your cash for investing, you now have a total of $450 available for investments that was created in steps 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right. So let's say here we apply the entire $450 into his emergency fund. The starting point is 2022. His existing portfolio is $1,200 through his assets that he's already have, or that the savings or the investing that he's already doing projectively. All right. So if we go down to 2023, we'll see a $99.60 increase. All right. Now, if you look over to line E, its monthly investments post the debt elimination would have been accumulated to $5,602.47. After the debt is eliminated, it will go up to $6,902. That's if he was able to do this in 1 year. But let's say that he wasn't able to do this 1 year. So now let's look at this. 2024. His asset accumulation has increased again, $1,407. Before paying off the debt, he's having $11,669. After the debt is totally wiped out, it's $13,000 there. So let's just keep scrolling down. And you can see how this software gives you the numbers, the gears, the numbers, the projections. So let's just go ahead and hit save and return the list again. Then we're going to go to C. All right. C gives you a whole entire layout of all of the information that you just put in. Okay. So I just wanted to scroll down and show you this before I explain it. So the same information that we started with is here. The retirement freedom goal 2025. We got his business projected income. We got the savings that he saved through his income shifting strategy. So now his recurrent monthly expenses, $800 was $800. He saved $140 and minimizing those expenses. That's leaving him with new monthly payments with all the things that he was going to pay anyway, is $660. So that gives him a projected cash flow increase of $140. All right. The debt one, well, it should have just been the one debt, but this debt here was his mortgage. His new payment was $750 when we applied the $490 that he earned in additional cash flow. That new payment becomes $1,240 instead of $750 that he's currently paying. His new payment is going to be $1,240 because he's going to apply the positive cash flow to the $750 and start paying a new payment of $12.40 per month for the next 128 months. All right. After that debt is terminated, he's then going to be able to increase his cash flow by $1,240 because he does not have to pay that to a mortgage company anymore. So the completed debt-free date, we brought it down from 244 to, 2044 to 2032. So even if Mr. Sample was planning on retiring without a strategy by 2025, and he can retire by 2030 financially free out of debt by 2032, I don't think Mr. Sample gonna be upset with that. All right. But once again, you can still increase your assets to offset the date that you're going to be able to retire. Well, like I say, we've got strategies, as you currently see, that we can help you accomplish your goal. We want to show you the blueprint. We want to give you the game plan. We want to give you a visual so you can see how this works before you invest your time or your money. This is what make our community the greatest community in the industry. All right. So your net monthly cash flow created by your debt elimination was $750. Your available net monthly cash flow is $1,240. All right. The total applied to your investments now can be $1,240. That's going to help you reach your financial goal by investing this lump sum amount at once a month. All right. It was money that you was paying out to somebody else anyway. So why not use that same money, eliminate your debt, use that same money to make your debt not a liability, but now your debt became an asset because you did this in a fraction of the time. All right. So look at here. When we look at congratulations, you have reached your financial goal. You want this to be up this way. You're going to be debt free in 2032, but we still need $743,000 in asset accumulation. How are we going to create that? By applying the $1,240 to an investment that's going to give us 8, 10, 12% return to speed up our finances. So you can use this projectively and you can see each year where you can be financially. And once you say, hey, I want to become a millionaire. If you want to have $1 million, guess what? It can happen by 2052 by doing what you're already doing. You didn't do anything new yet, you know. We just put in what you was currently doing. So what if we could show you a way to accelerate this? What if we could show you a way to accumulate the finances that you desire in a short period of time? Only thing it's going to take is a little bit of time from you. Hey, we'll see you at the top because the bottom's been too crowded. I certainly hope that this broadcast was a blessing to you that are watching this. We want to show you how you too can shift your finances, how you can strategize, have a blueprint, how you can go back in and make adjustments and change whatever you need to change in this software anytime. You have control of your financial future. You have control of your financial destination. Today, I want to give you that offer to allow myself or one of our great associates to help you strategize your way to wealth. You heard it from Mr. Brown himself. I'm the founder and CEO of Freedom Financial Services, LLC, powered by a great opportunity called My Econ Incorporated. Be blessed. I look forward to working with you soon.